Good evening and welcome to Focus On. I'm your host, Chris Orell. With me today we have Mike Brooks, Gift of Sight Chairperson at LensCrafters, and Martha Rostoni, the Gift of Sight Chairperson at Sears Optical. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's start out right off the top. What is the Gift of Sight program?
The Gift of Sight was developed in 1988 by LensCrafters and Lions Club International. Lions Club International is our international partner, and what we do, we deliver free optical services all over the world to people in need. And so far we've helped over 4 million.
Okay. How much of the percentage actually goes to the people in need when money's donated?
When money is donated, 90% of the money goes to the people in need. Another 10% covers the material costs and a little bit of the labor cost.
Okay, now you mentioned the Lions Club. How is the Gift of Sight actually associated with the Lions Club?
In the early 1920s, Lions Club International would end up collecting used eyeglasses and donate them all over the world. In 1988, LensCrafters got together with Lions Club International and developed a program to better meet everybody's optical needs, the less fortunate, and also here in North America.
Okay, how would somebody go about donating to the Gift of Sight? Where do they have to go for that?
Well, we accept either cash donation, or if they have used eyeglasses, we accept those as well. You can donate your used eyeglasses to any Lions Club donation box. They have several in the area: DOC, the St. Clair County Public Library System, Sears Optical, LensCrafters. And for each pair of eyeglasses donated, if they need a receipt for tax purposes, they're able to receive the receipt, and we ask them how much do they think that's worth for the tax purposes, how much per pair.
Okay. Now say somebody donates glasses and they're smashed or they're messed up, scratched. What happens with those? What happens with the glasses that are in perfect condition?
The really bad used eyeglasses that are donated end up being disposed of. A lot of the times parts are taken off to repair other ones that can be still used. If it's a small scratch, like on the sides of the glasses, they're still usable. I would say 99% of the time, glasses that are donated are in very good condition. They're cleaned and neutralized, and then we check the prescription, and then they're shipped accordingly.
Where are they shipped to? Where do the glasses end up?
The used eyeglasses that are donated get shipped to our national headquarters in Cincinnati, Ohio, and from there they are categorized and shipped off into our international missions.
Okay.
On each international mission, we end up helping over 20,000 people.
How many people have been helped so far?
4 million to this day,
4 million?
both domestic and international.
Now how long has that been since? When did the program start?
The inception was in 1988.
88? Okay. Is there a specific goal that is set for the near future, or?
By 2008, we expect to have helped 8 million people. At least 7 million, but we're shooting for 8 million by the end of this year.
Now you say they help people in developing countries and stuff. How do they get over there to help them, and how do they get around to the U.S. to help everybody?
That's where the Lions Club comes in, I think. Of course, the Lions Club started a long time before we got involved, but the Lions Club actually puts together the mission. They choose the place, they get the equipment down there, make arrangements for everyone to go down, and then it's just a whole host of volunteers that go down and just do what has to be done.
Do they have any sort of lab of any sort that they take with them? I mean, how would you transport all of that equipment?
On each international mission, they have a certain area that they're designated to, and they do set up a small mini lab. It's usually a finished lab. If they do have to do any type of cutting of the eyeglasses themselves, a lot of the times the donated eyeglasses are used because a lot of people think, well, my prescription, nobody else has that. But you'll be amazed how many people there are in the world. Somebody somewhere has to have that same prescription.
Mm-hmm. Numbers can only go up so high.
Right.
I mean, when they set the labs up, those mini labs that you're talking about, do they end up tearing them down at the end of it, or do they leave a store that they can return to if they have problems, or what happens with that?
They end up actually getting shipped back a lot of the times, because we have lens crafters in China now. A lot of the times the international missions, if work has to be cut, that ends up being sent to the lab at Lens Crafters, and they're made there. We have a new thing now that we call iPod, and it's really neat. It's a portable mini lab, and usually it's shipped by freight. And I would say it's about 10 by 10, and when it's fully expandable, it's got a mini optical lab in there, and that's where a lot of our eyeglasses are manufactured, so there's not a whole lot of overflow into our Lens Crafters or Sears Optical stores.
Okay, with the recycled eyeglasses, do they ever have to change the cut on the lenses to fit somebody else, or do they have to find
The chances of them cutting them to fit something else are pretty slim, because then you change a lot of real technical things that you probably really don't want to get into today. If the prescription's not 100%, because we can't use the used eyeglasses here in the United States. It's against the law.
Why is that? Do you know? Or?
Certain regulations prohibit
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
why we end up going to international missions, to help others in need, because instead of having them used here, we go where they're needed. And throughout the world, that's what made our program the biggest.
Is all your
And domestically, we have two 40-foot long, 8.5 feet wide vans. They are a gas hog, I have to say that. They hold 100 gallons each of diesel fluid, and they average anywhere from 8 to 10 miles per gallon. And on there we have 2 exam runs. We have a dispensing lab. We also have a good selection of eyeglasses for them, and we cut their eyeglasses right there for them. And with the domestic mission, sometimes Lens Crafters has to be used for other jobs. Perhaps it has a lot of stigmatism in it, or the prescription's a little bit more complicated. And that's where iPod comes in too.
Okay, now with all these domestic and international missions, where does the funding come from?
The funding itself comes from Luxottica Retail. That's the biggest retailer in the optical industry as of today. And our main office is in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's connected to Luxottica Group, which is an Italian company. And Luxottica is known for its high-end designer frames and very good high-end watches as well. We own Luxottica owns Watch World, Watch Station. We used to own Things Remembered. They just got rid of Things Remembered. They're a separate company now. Pearl Vision, Sears Optical, Target Optical, BJ's Optical, iMed, Cole Vision Management.
So they are a very big program then.
Correct.
Are there any types of recognition that you guys get for doing this, or?
Yep, it's all in the heart.
Oh no.
It's all in the heart. The company has received some really nice awards as far as Luxottica goes, but you know, I mean, domestically or internationally, it's volunteers. It's you, it's me, it's whoever. They go, they do what has to be done, and it doesn't get any better than that.
And it makes your heart feel really warm inside it. It's a good feeling. It's saying, hey, you know, I didn't ask for anything in return. I was just here to help, and I love to see a smile on somebody's face. And in 1994, the program actually received the Points of Light Foundation Award and the President's Volunteer Action Award for our community service.
Okay, so because of all the volunteering, that's why so much of the dollar donated can actually be sent to the missions and everything, right?
Correct.
And for every $50 that is donated, say somebody wants to donate quite a large sum of money, because we do have fundraising programs such as a bowl-a-thon, golf outings. That's usually have a big golf outing in Cincinnati, Ohio, and the major funds that are donated for that end up going to the LensCrafters store, but that's cashed out and gets shipped off to the Gift of Sight program itself.
Okay, now, other than the international and the domestic missions, what goes on here in the community itself?
Well, we have what we call Hometown Day, and throughout this community, on Hometown Day, that's the first Tuesday in December, and for Sears Optical, I think it's 11 students. 12,
Yeah, we do
11?
12 a year is what we do.
A year?
Yeah.
And at LensCrafters, they ask us to do at least 25 students a year. They're hand-picked through the counselors through the school, and they have no vision care benefits, lower income, or their parents are unemployed. And with this, we can help. We've actually helped quite a few students. In 2005, LensCrafters alone helped 45 students, or 42. I'm sorry, 42 students. And in 2006, we helped 25. There wasn't as many that were in need this year. However, throughout the year, we do have on-site vouchers, and with the on-site vouchers, we do ask for the tax ID for a nonprofit organization that's sponsoring them. And they are given a free eye exam and a complimentary pair of glasses. And we have a special price through Lions Club, and that's the Lions Club interviews these people in need, and they write out a check for $50 with the patient's name on it. We end up giving the patient a call as soon as we receive the check. And same thing, like in the on-site voucher, they're given a complimentary pair of glasses and a free eye exam. Basically, the $50 is only to cover a little bit of the labor cost.
Okay. So because it only covers a little bit of the labor, it's all mostly volunteer again?
Right.
Okay. Now people, there's many places they can go to donate their glasses, but is there any specific time of the year that's a better time, or a certain time that something is going on to be able to donate them? Or?
Throughout the year, LensCrafters, I'm not sure about Sears Optical. Sears Optical is getting quite big on recycling eyeglasses now. But LensCrafters alone ends up receiving each month 500 to 1,000 pairs per month by either individuals donating them by hand or Lions Club International. We do have Recycle Day coming up in April. That's when we usually really ask for people to start donating volunteer action, people who have optical experience. It's a good chance for Honor Society to get their volunteer hours in. This is the biggest recycle event in our corporation. That's when we have doctors and associates come and get involved in this too. And we usually recycle 150,000 pairs for that whole day, company-wide, at least.
with the Recycle Day and any other information, where would somebody go to find out more information about it?
Our website is www.givethegiftofsight.org, or you could stop at any LensCrafters store or Sears Optical and get more information about this program.
Is there anybody specific they'd have to talk to, or just go in and...
Usually at LensCrafters we are volunteers and those who want to get involved and know more about the program. We do ask them to ask for the Gift of Sight captain, which is me, and I'm not sure how Sears Optical works. Usually if they come in and ask about it, all of our associates are trained in the program. They know what they're talking about and they can better help them out.
Okay. Well, looks like that's all the time we have for today. Glad to have you guys on the show. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys next time.